We should be recording now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, tell me what you know of veganism. Have you ever heard the word vegan before?
yeah, I heard, and also, like in my university, like there are some people like are vegan, and they have like special the restaurant something like that. Just only in this place, like they serve just only vegan the meats, like vegan foods, and I mean, just I'm thinking about the vegan. I say like because it sounds too weird for me because it's not the natural, I guess, because people need meat and like the other things, vegetables.
Sure,
I
we
don't
can
know.
we can get into that, like if it's natural or not, and if it even matters if it's natural. So, like, you said you have some vegan friends, and you said that you have a cafeteria that serves vegan food at your university.
Yeah, it's university, and also there are like the cafeteria. It's just only serve, the vegan.
Okay, cool, man. So, what would you say the word vegan means? What would you think the definition of vegan is?
Mm, I don't know where it's come from, but I don't think so. I mean, always like I think this is like the sickness, I guess, because like the people needs the protein and like other things from like to come to eating meat.
Sure, we
So
can get into that as well. So, I just wanted to clear some terms so we know what we're talking about. So, the definition of veganism is a way or philosophy of life which seeks to exclude all forms of animal cruelty and exploitation as far as possible and practical. So that's the definition of veganism, and it doesn't just apply to food. So ethical vegans don't only don't eat animal products, so like meat, eggs, dairy. They not only
yeah.
they abstain from animal products, they also don't use any other animal products, like from clothing. They don't use any clothing that comes from animals. They don't want to pay for animal
Oh
exploitation
my,
in like entertainment. Like we don't think using animals needlessly is okay.
oh my God! I didn't know that, but just you don't eat anything. I mean, I know like you don't eat anything like from the meat steaks, but I didn't know that like just only it's not the steak, I guess, and also the skin you mean, right? You don't use or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Like it's not only about not eating animals; it's also about not using animals, like not enslaving them
Mm.
and using the products of animals, like dairy and eggs. I think all that is immoral because they exploit animals and they treat the animals cruelly to obtain those products. So yeah, it's
Oh
not
my
only about
God!
yeah.
I didn't know that. It's just I knew it like the vegan is just all about like do not eat steaks. But the first time I heard,
Yeah,
like not only.
yeah. So that's like vegetarian. Like vegetarians don't eat animals. Vegans take it a
Mm.
step further. They don't use animals at all in food or clothing or entertainment, and even vegans are against animal using animals for research as well.
Mm. I mean, and also probably you don't like the science people like to test something on like animals, right?
Yeah, I think scientists can find better ways to do their experiments other than using animals. But that's
Yeah.
a gray area. Like I want to focus on food right now because like most of animal exploitation occurs in the way we eat. Like we pay for the exploitation of animals 3 times a day or more. So I just want to ask you, why do you think exploiting animals for food is okay? Why do you think is how do you justify using animals for food?
I don't know. I mean, we have a like traditional like celebrating in Turkey, like the sacrifice holidays. Like we like the sacrifice the animals in these holidays. And I mean, if you ask someone like from Turkey, I mean, except me, probably that's would like love you, like because we like the holiday that's in that holiday we kill like the animals like to eat, and we think it's like it's such sacrifice for the god.
Sure, I understand. Can I ask you something about that?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
so you said that it is traditional. So I don't think you and me are so different there. It's also traditional here in Puerto Rico to eat animals as well. So my only problem there is that maybe we should question traditions that are cruel. Like we shouldn't just blindly follow traditions. Do you admit that some traditions are cruel and are not okay, are immoral? Like for example, slavery used to be a tradition. Like female genital mutilation is a tradition. In some places, I don't know if in Turkey the people in Islam still do that, but do you agree that some traditions are immoral?
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, some kind of like because the still we have a like the cars like with works with the horse. Like car horse. I mean horse car. I'm sorry, I said sorry. Horse car. The
What is
old
that?
ones. Do you know horse? Animal.
Yes, the horses. Yeah.
Yeah, horse cars. Like these cars like with the horse. Like the horse to get this. Like this car to move.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Can you explain that again?
So okay, so we just like use the horse like because they like to move somewhere, but these horse do not are not the feeding very well, and do not like just like we Turkish people or I don't know maybe other people like trade them like as slaves, like
Okay,
always
okay.
they hit the horse, like to make it move, you know.
Yeah, sure. Like vegans would disagree with that as well. Like treating horses like slaves like that. Yeah, I would think that's wrong. So yeah, so do you agree with me then that like tradition is not a good justification for harming other beings because some traditions are immoral and maybe we should question traditions that are immoral?
I mean, the tradition is not right, because these traditions like come from the old days. The old days was, like was full of, like stupid guys or stupid idea, and some things like to come from that. But yeah, it's one of them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's something called appeal to tradition, like to justify things. Like, just because we've been doing something for a very long time doesn't make it okay. Doesn't make that action moral.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what other justification would you use there? You agree with me that tradition is not a very good justification. So, how in what other way would you justify eating animals if we didn't need to?
I mean, also, I guess we use like the animals. Do you know like at the agriculture, right? Like agriculture. I mean, like I don't know how we think. Like someone always like to make it like the company, like the sheep company or animal company, like the cows, the sheep, and they make them like to move, you know. I don't know how to think.
Yeah.
Mm, I
So
don't know the
would you say,
name.
yeah, would you say like it is justified because some people make money from the animals? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and also in like this for this company, like we have dogs like to protect them from the wolves.
Yeah. So the first point there about just being like just for agriculture and from the economy, I don't think that's a good justification either because slavery used to be an economic enterprise, right? We used it used to create jobs. Like I don't think slavery is okay just because it can make money for some people. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Like in old days, like we probably like everything was like every man, like except the noble. The guys like was slaves because the people always think like you only can like make the money from like slaveries.
Yeah, sure. So we agree that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't
that's true.
justify it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, actually, there's still like slaveries, like in some country, I guess. I mean, the Arabic countries, I guess.
Yeah, so I actually think that animal rights extend logically from human rights. So, like in the same way that we give rights to humans, I think we should extend some of those basic rights to animals because they are similar to us in the ways that matter morally. So, like for example, you believe in human rights. Am I correct?
What do you mean? Do I believe human?
Do you believe in human rights? In the idea of human
Oh,
rights?
okay. What kind of human rights? I mean, what you mean? I don't know.
Yeah, like I just mean like for example, we should protect humans from like being murdered unnecessarily. Like it should be a crime to like murder somebody if you didn't need to, and like for example, enslave somebody or rape somebody. All those things are wrong, right? You should you agree with me that
Yeah,
we should
that's true.
protect humans from that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and you would be against a human holocaust, right? You know what a holocaust is?
Hmm. No, I don't know, but I guess I get it what you mean. I mean, you said like the animals like has to be like rights, like human rights, right?
Yeah, actually, we should extend some of the rights that we give to humans to animals. Yeah, so like
I don't know.
yeah,
We saw so much like this violence, like because of racism, like in Europa, it's not about only like Hitler. Like history of the people always has been like racism, I guess. Like to kill other guys, like who is not one of you.
yeah. So
So
I agree. I agree
yeah,
there. Like racism is wrong, and I would also say that speciesism is wrong. To just arbitrarily treating others cruelly just because they're from another species. So that would apply to animals. So you say a holocaust would be wrong. It would be wrong to murder people on a mass scale like that. That would be wrong, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say that it is wrong to murder animals on a mass scale?
I mean, I don't know if you talk about the wild animals, yeah, and if you these wild animals attack you, yeah, it's okay, like to kill the animal, wild animal. But I mean, if your animal is the innocent, like if there is not the threat like for you, and that doesn't mean like you can kill him or just made fun or the other things, like to get money, you know.
Yeah, so I didn't get that. I'm sorry. Like, can you repeat that? You would say holocausting animals is okay for you? It would be justified or not?
No, I mean I said like if you like the wild animals attack you, these things can happen, in the poor country, and that means like you can kill him because this is dangerous for you. Maybe if you don't kill, it's like it's gonna kill you, and
Okay, I know what you
otherwise
mean.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're saying like in self
so
defense, it would be okay in self defense?
yeah, yeah, to defend yourself, it's
Yeah, I
okay,
agree. I agree with
but
you there. Yeah.
but the innocent the animals, like it has another trait for you, like I don't know what kind of animals. So just like I don't know, there are like a lot of two, like the animals that all of them the innocent that not gonna attack you. So yeah, that will be like the bad, if you kill the animals, the innocent animals. So
Sure.
yeah, I will do same thing for the animals.
Yeah, like awesome, man. I'm glad you're saying that. So you would agree that killing innocent animals is wrong? Like, would you agree that that's what we're doing with the animals that we use for food, like with cows and pigs and
Yeah,
chicken and like stuff like that?
yeah, and also I don't know, but I heard so many things about like hunting in America, like the people all just made it, like made on fun, like just only enjoy. And this is so bad. I mean, this is has to be like forgotten, like forbidden, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, 'cause hunting, it should be illegal. Yeah, like just killing animals unnecessarily like that when you can just eat something else, and it is even worse when you're just doing it for sport. I think it's wrong in both cases when if you're gonna eat the animal or not. But yeah, I definitely think it should be illegal to just go to the wild and kill innocent animals like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, just they do it, just to make fun, That's not another other things, like to get, I don't know, maybe you are hungry. That's the means like, yeah, I can get it, like if you're hungry and you want to eat something and you don't have anything to eat, so that means, yeah, it's allowed to do that. I mean, but
I agree.
the
Yeah, I agree with you.
otherwise, but otherwise, it's not too acceptable.
Yeah, so I would agree with you there. Like if you're like in a survival situation and you didn't have any other option, it would be justifiable to kill an animal to survive. But like most of us aren't in that situation, and we have other options. We have plant-based alternatives. So I just want to ask you, how do you justify eating animals?
Defines the eating animals. I don't know. I mean, okay, let's suppose I do not eat, like meat, but I mean, I would, like I could live, like I could survive without eat, like meat, I guess, because my body needs the protein and like other things. If I don't eat the meat, probably I'm gonna be weak, you
Yeah,
know.
so you said like it would be justified to get protein. So where do you think protein comes from?
The So I don't know. I guess it's come from the animal. Like the I don't know.
Yeah, so you said it comes from animals. No, it doesn't. Like, do you know amino acids? Have you heard the term amino acids?
I mean, yeah, I heard.
Yeah, so protein comes from amino acids. The component part of protein is comes from amino acids, and all the amino acids that are essential for us to survive, you can find them in plants. And the animals that you eat, they get their protein from eating plants. So they get it from eating grains or grass in the case of cows and stuff like that. But all protein originally comes from plants. So if we can get protein from eating plants, why would we kill animals unnecessarily? If we can get the protein from eating plants that don't feel pain and don't suffer.
Yeah, it's just if you can get like the protein, the other like in the plants. Yeah, that can be. But I don't think so. Like like just only the cows like or the animals to make like the plants the like protein, I guess, like when they eat in their body, they it's making like protein, not we can't get like protein from plants, like basically, you know is
Do
that
you
true?
think do you think we can get protein from plants, or you don't think so?
No, I don't think so, because I guess like plants, I don't know, as I know, because maybe it's not true, but as I know, uh, plants doesn't contain the protein, the animals to contain the protein, but you said, and also plants, like the animals to get the protein from the plants. But
Yes.
as I know, the animals to make it, protein, like with amino acids, something like that. You said. I don't think so. We just only can get the protein from plants, like just only to eating plants, I guess.
Yeah, so like I'm not a nutritionist or anything, but like I know some basic stuff, and I can send you like the declaration of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics that says that a plant-based diet is nutritionally adequate. So what like we can get enough protein from plants. Like plants have all the essential amino acids that we need, and that's what like makes protein is the amino acids. And there's all plants contain proteins, but some plants are very high in proteins. Like for example, grains and legumes, like beans, lentils, and like mock meats, like tofu. Like they make that from soybeans, tofu and tempeh, and there's a lot of plant-based meat alternatives that are very high in protein. So did you know about that?
No, I the first time I heard, and also, I mean, if I it's this one the exit, like to get the protein from the plant, probably I would know that, because we as like I follow the news, but I the first time I heard.
Yeah, so yeah, not a lot of people know about that. Surprisingly, it's like a big myth in our society that like we need animals for protein. But yeah, like you can get all the essential amino acids from plants, and they're like if you eat enough calories, you won't have any trouble getting protein. So I'm gonna send you the declaration of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which is the largest organization of nutritional experts in the world. Like you can read it; it's really quick, so we get this health aspect out of the way, and we can continue talking about the ethics. I'm gonna send you a direct message with the link really quick.
Okay. So why we don't ever like the plant if we can get the protein is because it's just only like eating the animals. It's only about the like getting the protein, I guess.
What did you ask there? Sorry.
I asked like why we don't like eat the plants. I mean, if we need to like the protein because you said we can get the protein from the plants, and so why just we don't eat plants? You mean like killing or getting protein from animals, like instead, you know?
Yeah, so that's what I am arguing for. That's what vegans do. They get their protein from plants, and I think that's what everyone should do, because I think it's wrong to just like torture and kill animals needlessly. We can get the protein from plants. That's the message I'm trying to promote. So yeah, I send you the link if you want. You can read it really quick. So it is the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. So you like we can get the science out of the way.
So what's that?
Did you get the link?
Yeah.
Like if you want, you can read it really quick. It's just a really short statement. It's a peer-reviewed statement. They based it in many peer-reviewed studies, and they came to the conclusion that we can be healthy without eating animal products. So when you
And also like the eating to like the plant, it's kind of like the diet, you know, and it says like it's helpful, healthy.
yeah, it's really healthy to eat plants. Yeah, like it even has health benefits against certain diseases, like for example heart disease, diabetes, certain types of cancers. Like being vegan is better for you in many ways, but like most importantly, it is nutritionally adequate. So there's no reason to kill animals if we can just be healthy eating plants. So did you read the statement?
Yeah, and also this one to reduce like the diseases like cancer or something else. Yeah, I mean these things, just certain, like I know all of them. I, I mean, I don't know how I can say, like I eat vegetables like more than the animals. Like most of the time, I just eat the vegetables because, and also I think it's so helpful because I kind of leak, and I don't know. There's too many vegetables, but I don't know the names.
Yeah, I agree there. Like healthy and also it's more ethical. So would you agree that it is more ethical to live without harming
Yeah,
animals?
yeah, I agree. But I mean, your voice is sound far. Okay, so you are the outside.
Yeah, you can't hear me very well.
Yeah, I can hear, but sometimes it's stopping.
Ah, yeah, sorry about that. I'm outside. I'm actually walking right now. So if
Mm, okay, I get it.
yeah, so what would you say about
So
that then? Like we agree then on the empirical fact that like eating plants is nutritionally adequate. Do we agree there?
yeah, of course. I mean, if we don't eat, like, if we don't need to eat animals like to get the proteins, if we can get like in from other things, yeah, that makes sense because I mean, no one wants to kill, I guess, the animals. See, really, we don't need to kill them. Just, just I feel like we kill them because we have to. I guess.
Yeah, like but in this case we don't have to. So the question here is like what is a better option, to go vegan or to abuse animals needlessly? What would you say is the better option there?
So what's that you said? What's these options? I don't know.
Yeah, we have two options. They are
Yeah.
to go vegan or to abuse animals needlessly. What is the
Hmm.
better option there?
I mean, it's so hard to say something. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, because like all my life, I we grow up, with like eating the meat, and someone like told me right now, like, do not need to eat animals, and you can eat like can get the protein in other things, and like like I don't know, just I want to think like me, because it's so difficult decision, but. Yeah, probably you're right.
Yeah,
Maybe we can go to vegan.
yeah, I appreciate what you're saying, and I actually sympathize with you there because I ate meat too for most of my life. I went vegan when I was 20 years old. I've been like 5 or 6 years vegan now. So I agree with you that like it is traditional, but maybe we should question traditions that are that harm others. In this case, they harm animals, and this is just what I'm doing right now. I'm just promoting the lifestyle of veganism because I think it makes a lot of sense. And if people hear the message, maybe more people will go vegan. And if more people go vegan, less animals are going to be bred to kill. Because the only reason these industries exist is because individual consumers are willing to buy those products. So if people stop buying meat and eggs and dairy, the industry would become irrelevant. They would stop breeding those animals. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine like without eating the meat, like how would we like to work? Because I mean, I don't know, but I guess would be much better. I guess like everywhere because we see so much like some species like almost done. Like almost it's day over, and this is makes me bad, because they keep killing animals.
Yeah, yeah. So do you agree with that? Like that the world would be a better
Yeah,
place
yeah,
if we stopped harming animals?
yeah, yeah. If you say like if you said like this, like if it's right, you said like to getting like the protein from plants. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, of course, it makes a lot of sense. It is very logical. That's why I went vegan because I heard it, and I didn't go vegan right away, but it made a lot of sense. And I realized I was being a hypocrite because I was against animal cruelty, but at the same time, I was participating in animal cruelty and eating animals. So I just wanted to stop being a hypocrite. That's why I went vegan. So would you say, would you consider going vegan in the future? I know it's pretty impossible to convince someone in one conversation, but does it make sense to you? And would you do your own research and maybe consider going vegan someday?
Oh, it's so hard. I mean, just you want me like to live eating, the meat. I don't know how you decide. I mean, it's just only you decide in one day because you just stop, like eating it in one day, or it took a lot of time, or
Yeah, I did it. I
how
did
it's.
it I did it cold turkey. So like from one day to the other, I just stopped eating animals. I was like vegetarian for 1 week, which means I consumed dairy and eggs for 1 week, but then I realized that was really bad as well because the animals get treated really poorly in those industries. They're like hells for animals, the dairy and egg industry. So I stopped consuming those as well, and I went vegan. I've been vegan for like 6 years. So do you agree that it makes sense? And what would be your reasons right now for not being vegan? What would you say would stop you from being vegan?
Uh, because I love so much meat, maybe.
You said because you love like the taste of meat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So what would you say has higher value, your taste pleasure or the life of animals?
So what's that? What's the meaning?
Yeah. So like what has higher value? Like what's more important, your taste pleasure or the life of animals? What would you say has higher value?
Mm, I don't know, to survive, I guess.
What did you say?
Survive, stay alive.
No, no. So it isn't. I didn't ask surviving. Yeah, I agree with you that surviving has the highest value. But I'm just talking about taste pleasure, like the pleasure that you get from eating meat. Like, what do you think is more important, that pleasure that you get, or the lives of the animals? What do you think has it is more important?
Mm,
Do you
uh,
understand my question?
no, actually, I agree because I don't know this meaning of this, words. That's why.
Yeah. So like what I'm asking you, you said that like the reason you won't give meat up is because you like the taste, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm just asking what's more important, that pleasure that you get from the taste of the meat or the lives of the animals? What's
Mm.
more important?
Oh, oh my God, the pleasure, like, because the like the taste, to get, you know. Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
So yeah, probably it would be test.
you would say that taste has a higher value than the
Yeah,
life of the animals?
yeah. Much more high value for me because it's so I think like it's so delicious.
Yeah, so if you would say that taste has a higher value than life, then what would you say if somebody used that justification to kill and eat humans? Would you say that's a good justification? Let's say somebody liked the taste of humans. Would it be justified to kill a human and eat him just because we like the taste? Or would you say that's wrong?
Oh, you mean it's kind of like cannibal?
Yeah, like would you say cannibalism is wrong, or would you say it's justified if you like the taste very much?
Oh my God, this question so hard, man. I know you're right, but I don't know. Like, if I like the human in like where like somewhere, like where like the people like eat each other, like cannibal. I well, I would say this is Magnus. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put you in the spot, but you know what my point, right? I'm just trying to make a comparison. It's like, would you say that's wrong, right? Is cannibalism wrong if we had
Yeah,
other options?
of course, cannibal is wrong.
Yeah, so my question to you then is like, what's the difference there between humans and animals that justifies the difference in treatment?
I don't know. Because I guess they exit like to serve the people. I mean, it's not. I mean, I'm not talking about like to make them the slaves. Just only, I don't know. Just only we to get like what we need. That's it. Not to make them slave or something else. I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Yeah, but we agree that we don't need
It's
to eat animals, so that wouldn't be a justification just because to get what we need, because we don't even need to eat the animals. So, why would you say it justifies like killing animals for food, but it doesn't justify killing humans? What would you say is the morally significant difference, or you don't see any difference? You're just being a little bit of a hypocrite there. What would you say?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's not the right, I guess. You know. I mean, feel like people start to eat each other. Like cannibal. I mean, people like start saying, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
It's so difficult, but
Yeah, it is. Like veganism makes a lot of sense, and it was difficult for me as well to accept that at first. But just one day I just said, it makes too much sense, and I'm being a complete hypocrite here. So, like, you would agree with me, like, for example, like breeding a group of humans, like, it would be wrong, like, to breed a group of humans to kill them for food, like, to make a animal agriculture from humans. Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think so. This never gonna happen. I guess like people start each other. I mean, it's.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's
it
also
used to
like
happen. It used to happen, like cannibalism used to be a human universal across every culture. Like people used to eat animals, and I mean, I'm sorry, people used to eat other humans, and they used to sacrifice humans for religious reasons or for all sort of crazy reasons. But you would agree that's wrong, right? And it is good that we stop doing
yeah,
that, right?
yeah, that's true. I mean, it's really like sounds crazy. Like someone only like to make this if he's like if he is the madness, just only the madness guys do that. Like sacrifice the people for God. I mean, yeah, I saw like this tradition probably. It's come from like Scandinavian countries. Like in the old days with the Viking
Yeah, yeah.
and some, yeah, probably you're right, because also probably there were like other things, like they to eat each other and they think this is the healthy, something like that, you know. Probably you're right, but it's in this state it's so hard to change it.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Like it is wrong if we do that to humans. It's crazy and evil. Like my whole argument is that in the same ways that it is wrong for humans, it is also wrong for animals, because humans and animals are similar in the ways that matter morally. For example, we are sentient. Both humans and animals. We want to live. We feel pain. We suffer. We don't want to be exploited. So, because of those reasons, I think we should extend those basic rights to animals of life and not being exploited and not being enslaved and stuff like that. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course I agree.
Yeah. So you would then agree with me that like there's no good justification for doing what we're doing to animals.
Oh my god. Yes, I mean, I don't know.
Well, man, like you're very
I mean,
reasonable. Yeah. Well,
because I don't know, like I can say, because I live like somewhere like the people love so much meat. I mean, like if I saw the someone like someone from Turkey, probably it's gonna talk like say gonna say me, like you're the crazy,
Yeah,
what
man.
you're talking about, something
Like
like that.
I agree with you, and it's not only on Turkey, man. Like agree, like trust me. Like here in Puerto Rico, like most people eat meat too. Like most people look at vegans like a crazy minority, but I see them as a crazy majority. I think they're the ones that are being crazy and following blindly a tradition that is cruel. And I think if most people aligned their actions with their values, most people would be vegan because most people are against animal cruelty. And if you're against animal cruelty, then I think you have a moral obligation to not pay for the cruelty of animals and not participate in the cruelty of animals. Yeah. So what do you say about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
Sometimes, like I wish.
yeah. So do you agree that like because a lot of people do it, like it doesn't mean that it's okay? Like for example, a lot of people used to think that slavery was okay. That didn't make it okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, of course, I get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're gonna be a hero like of the, like century, maybe the one after the 100 years, because when the in old days, like if you're someone that told me like that slavery is the not right thing, like you cannot do this something like other guys probably would to say me like you're crazy man, what are you talking about? Slavery do everything in this day, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably yeah, trying to tell me the same thing. I get it. Yeah, I mean, always if these things gonna be hard, like to make the people to change their mind.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Like moral progress has always been very hard. Like for example, people had to debate like this in order for slavery to end, and like in order for moral progress to occur, like in order to give rights to women and then to give rights to homosexual and stuff like that. I'm just saying that we should extend moral consideration to animals as well. So like I think like yeah, most people would think we're crazy, but I think we should do what we think is right, not what most people do. We shouldn't just follow tradition blindly. And I think
Yeah,
we have the moral responsibility to stop doing what we know is wrong. And just because everybody else is doing it doesn't justify it. Like you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I get it. Yeah, if you someone to do that, that doesn't mean it's right. Like or most people do that. If you something like most people do that, that doesn't mean it's right. Because
Exactly.
like slaveries or other things. Yeah, you're right.
Awesome, man. Like I'm glad you agree with me. You're very, intellectually honest and reasonable. Not everybody. Like it's not so
No,
easy to
man.
convince everybody.
No. Yeah, no, it's not about like I am objective. If it's right, like not to eat the animals because you can get the protein from another things, the plants. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, and I would say, like if you're right, yeah, it's okay, man. You
Sure,
know.
man. Yeah. So I have one more question for you, and then I think
Okay.
yeah. So if you could live a life where you have three options. Number one, you torture humans. Number two, you torture animals.
Okay.
Or number three, you didn't torture anybody. What would be better?
Oh. Oh my God! I wonder what to say like the number three. You know.
Awesome, man. So that's pretty much veganism that's veganism in simple terms, right there. Just trying to live a life as compassionately as you can, like avoiding unnecessary suffering. Yeah, and like you choose number three, but you'd be surprised. Some people like they have a hard time, and they choose like number two or they say I don't know if number two or number three is better. So you're a good person there, and I appreciate that.
No, it's okay. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense, like to touching animal or human. I mean, that's not something like belongs to these states. Like this world. It was like just like the old ideas.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm glad we agreed on that, and I just want to leave you with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, just just you agree with me that being vegan makes sense now. You understand it better, and that was my whole my whole purpose was to to raise awareness about this issue, because I see it as a moral emergency. What we're doing to animals is pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, just only like I agree with one reason, like you said, we don't have to eat animals because we can get, like the protein from others. If it's true, because I don't know, like I never researched this, like this true or not. But if it's true, yeah, I agree.
Sure, man. Like always, that's very good. Like always, whatever people say, just take it with a grain of salt, and you should be skeptic about everything. But like right now, I convinced you about this basic idea, and now you should do your own research and come to your own conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So it was great talking to you. So I'm gonna end the recording now. Thanks for agreeing to speak with me. It was a pleasure talking to you, man. Hello.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can hear you. I don't know what's happened. I disconnect, I guess. I don't know
It's
how.
cool. It's cool, man. So yeah, I was just thanking you for agreeing to have the conversation with me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna research that you said, like we can get the like the protein from this. If it's true, if I can live with only like eating the plants, yeah, I'm gonna check.
Sure,
Don't
man.
worry.
Sure, man. Do your own research, and just remember to be really skeptic, because there are a lot of anti-vegans out there with you who promote false information and stuff.
Oh
So
my god.
just hear from arguments from both sides. Hear from the vegans and hear from the meat eaters, and come to your own conclusion. See what makes most sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get. I mean, you fight like against the anti-vegan guys.
Yeah, I think anti-vegans are crazy people and evil. I think they're racist, they're speciesists. Anti-vegan people, I just see them as Nazis pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Oh my god. I don't know. It's like it has to be so hard for you, because you believe something and something maybe it's true, maybe not, but for you it's true, and it's good to like to see, you like to doing very well something what you believe.
Sure, man. I mean, like this. This is the purpose of free speech. Is to have discussions like this, and maybe, this is the way we achieve moral progress. This is the way we get rid of things that are wrong in the world. Is by having conversations like this.
So how many, I mean, people like you to reach, like to convince them, they like, the vegan is the right things.
Yeah, so I've convinced a couple of people, like in my personal life. Like, for example, my girlfriend, when I met her, she used to eat meat, and now she's vegan with me, and she's been vegan for like 2 years now. Like, also my mom, she's vegan now because of me. And there's a lot of people that I've convinced in real life, like, friends and stuff. And also people online. I've had like a couple of Discord debates like this, and I've at least I've convinced people that veganism makes sense. I don't know if they're vegan now, but I have a couple of conversations. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Probably they. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
yeah, so I have
So
yeah. Go ahead.
is that your like own picture?
Yeah, that's my picture. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I have a YouTube channel. If you want, when I upload the conversation, I can send it to you. So you just
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
sure, man.
Go ahead.
I'm,
Go ahead. And send me link your YouTube channel link.
cool, man.
Okay.
Thanks, man.